And we're back in the room once again. Welcome back to the Caiman Show, everybody. Have I got a treat for you today? Joining me today is the owner of Hardies. And this podcast is also brought to you today by Hardies Cocktail and Bistro Bar. Joining me today, he's played a big part in Merthyr Rising. He's played a big part in Merthyr Tydfil. He is a big advocate, like myself, of Merthyr Tydfil. He is what you would call a Merthyr boy, like myself. And he's also a fellow Bishop Headleyan. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and yours, give it up for Lynn Williams. Welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you, buddy. You all right?
Top man, doing very well. Yeah, good to see you. How's things been?
Oh, it's been good, to be honest with you. I've been very busy, as always. Couple of projects on. I'm working for Rhydycar West, which we'll talk about later, probably. Obviously, getting the bar back up and running through lockdown. I had another little venture with a burger place called Waltz, which came from... Have you heard about Waltz, yeah?
Tell us all about it. Tell us all about it.
So, because of, lockdown sort of came at a really difficult time for us. Obviously, we just spent a lot of money investing in a kitchen in Hardies bar. And the moment we finished everything up, we had to go back into our second lockdown.
Nightmare.
So we had, we had to sort of improvise and diversify, and we came up with an idea, which is a story of lockdown. When I was in the summer last year, in the first lockdown, I spent time coming up with these recipes for burgers and experimenting and mixing different kinds of meat and so on.
Awesome.
Burgers, and I decided to give it a whirl in the kitchen in the kitchen as a takeaway while the bar was shut, and it just went nuts. And
brilliant stuff. Brilliant.
So we just taken over a new place, Halifax building.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And we're going to be opening up now in July.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
So July the what? Have you got a date yet? Or?
Not exact date. We wait. We've had a nightmare with the electric going into the building. We didn't realise when we took it on there was a problem with the amount of supply, but it's all going to be taken care of over the next week or so, and then it'll be a grand opening. And
brilliant stuff.
Yeah, you'll have to invite you around, but and try.
Hey, excellent. Oh, mate, I'm all over that. All over that. I'm busting for a burger right now. I haven't had tea yet, so yeah. I'm going on you with you.
But it's, I said, it's just the cocktails going at the moment. I should send one in. I'll give my ring if you want.
Yeah, we'll do that just after this now. Sounds good. So that's in the old Halifax building. That's the one just like opposite Merthyr Library there. Is that right?
Yeah, just opposite Lloyd's Bank. Just
I got you.
Yeah. It's a lovely space, and I was sold in it when I went. As soon as I walked through the door, it was a big old space, perfect for that kind of for a restaurant. And yeah, can't wait for it. Another little challenge, isn't it?
Brilliant stuff, mate. I look forward to sampling the goods. I can't wait. I do love a burger. I am, other burger joints are also available. I am the Burger King,
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
We could be the Burger Master. Remember Burger Master?
Oh, yeah, quality. No, there's a blast from the past now.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's just opposite Hardies, funny enough.
Yeah.
The good old days. Burger Master. That was a short-lived venture, I think, wasn't it?
It was, didn't it?
No, did it, Ek?
No.
But that building then, the old Halifax building where you're going in now then, I did read somewhere that there was a place, the Prince Albert opening there. Was that BS or what?
No, it was happening, but I don't know what happened. I think there was some kind of, I think it fell through for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact reasons. The boys, two young guys who were looking to open a kind of a microbrewery pub, which would have been fantastic for the town.
So I think so.
But it didn't go ahead. So, it didn't. I was told that it fell through. I didn't think much of going up there until this opportunity of the burger place came around. So
brilliant stuff. It sounds good. It's nice to see things starting to happen on that end of town as well now. Because it's for the last, as far back as I can remember, really, it's been a bit derelict that end of town, but there's places popping up now, Hardies being one. A little further up, Portugal's has popped up there as well. There's little bits and pieces happening, and it's nice to see it coming back to life,
Yeah, even though it's a precarious, tough time for people, I think people are, being quite ballsy and going out and trying stuff. They've got that vegan place down the road, Happy Piggy, fair play, they're having a go.
That's right.
on Cleveland Street, and that's a ballsy move, going to put an anything on Cleveland Street.
Oh yeah.
A vegan place on Cleveland Street. You never think you that, would you? But fair play. It's a really good place, and they've given that a go. And then I've heard that the Samwell is going to be a Italian restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's all happening in Merthyr at the moment, but it's all good stuff.
Yeah, it's all coming together. It's nice, like I said, it's nice to see some new developments.
Yeah.
So obviously Merthyr Rising, there's loads we want to talk about tonight, right? You were obviously heavily involved in Merthyr Rising. How did you get involved in that? I remember it was a bit of a festival going on first of all before your involvement, as we discussed. You sort of took the reins then and led it on and built it up bigger and bigger and bigger every year. Massive crowds there by the end. Merthyr Rising, obviously last year didn't happen. It wasn't going to happen anyway, was it, last year? You were taking a year out.
We were taking a year off, and what are you to pick to take off on it?
Absolutely. You must have seen the writing on the wall.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, how did you get involved? And so tell us about the journey and so how you grew from strength to strength.
Well, I had obviously Bunko was obviously a close mate of mine, and me and Bunko have been involved with various projects over the years. One of them being the Merthyr Rag, if you remember that.
I remember the Merthyr Rag very well. Yeah, brilliant.
So we had a bit of history doing stuff, and we were it was a time, if you remember, back in about 2016, there was an emergence of culture going on in Merthyr. The square was built, which again that was opened up the opportunity for things to be going on.
That's right. That's my old wrestling stomping ground, by the way. The old studio bar. God rest his soul. But it's nice to see that area being opened up again as well, and stuff happening there. You know, it's great.
They opened the Red House, didn't they? So that was a new place. You had bands coming out of the woodwork. You had your band. You had sort of Pretty Vicious, you know, kicked off. You had, there was so much talent in Merthyr. It was insane. Moonbirds. You had sort of boys, well, just going on. There's so many to choose from, But even Florence Black then, they were around then as well.
That's right. Yeah, they just started up. Yeah,
they just started like so. It was just an opportunity I saw for the fest, for doing something. And I was working on doing a lot of stuff for the town centre at the time, doing the marketing, doing a lot of production work. If you remember, I'd done the videos with like Chubby doing the Clive the Drive stuff.
That's right. Brilliant. Yeah.
And
going down to Merthyr. That was the one. Was it? Yeah. That's it.
And I was doing a lot of digital marketing. I was doing a lot of client stuff for digital marketing, and I've always fancied events. It was like something I've always fancied doing, and it just felt like a perfect time for doing something. Now, it was one weekend when we done that video. We had like a little opening in a Red House, and the Merthyr Rising Festival was going on the same weekend, which was set up by Ian Jenkins.
Right. Oh, okay.
It was up in Zoa. It was just a sort of like, I think it was a 1 day event, and it was a mixture of music, film, and like political talks, that kind of stuff. And he'd approached Bunko and said, "Oh, look, I need a bit of help with this." I think he was a bit of a, I think he had a bit of an idea of doing something up there, and he said he needed a bit of help. And so I went and met with Ian, and he told me about what his vision was and so on. And just before then, me and Bunko pitched a festival to the council. And it got turned down. It didn't get turned down, but we were ignored. Like, they meant those boys. I don't think we get trusted much anyway at that time. Do you mean? And it was like they just got ignored, and we thought it was an opportunity. So when I met with Ian, then he had this idea, and I just thought, you know what, this could be massive. It ticked a lot. I just thought about the history of Merthyr, the international kind of history as well. Significant. It was history of international significance, being the birthplace of the red flag. It was at a time as well that I was quite politically motivated by things like Jeremy Corbyn and the things on the left. And I just thought, this could be great. And I sort of, like I do with a lot of stuff, I just get carried away in my imagination.
Well, that's it. Yeah. And once you get an idea, it's just like bang, all or nothing.
And I came back. I I went away. I thought of this brand. I come away and come up with the idea of the fist and the red flag. And I thought I just came back to the boys. I came back with
a few people have had that tattooed on them. Have you seen
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well?
yeah.
Yeah, it's great, man. It must be, you know, it's
quite symbolic
fantastic.
now. It's quite symbolic. It's great. And it's great when you see people. I see people walk down the road, and I think this is what you know you've done something well when somebody's copied your t-shirts.
Yeah, that's it.
The other day, we sell these t-shirts, and someone's actually taken a print and done their own t-shirt.
That's it. It's your bittersweet then, isn't it? It's like, oh,
Yeah,
fantastic. Someone's actually taken the time out to copy my t-shirt. But how dare you cheeky little so-and-so, give me that.
Yeah, you know we made it then, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
But no, it was, it's good to see. And the we come up with this brand, and I think the idea I had was it was selling this idea of the brand. But for me, it was all about this emerging culture in Merthyr. And I don't know if you remember it, 2016, a lot of stuff seemed to be happening. I don't know what it was, and I think it's a credit to the culture at the time rather than this idea I had. I was trying to tap into what was going on.
What was going on around us?
Yeah, and it just went from there. I'm very much what I do enjoy is brand and building. You see with other like ventures I've gone for. I like the idea of building brands that people buy into and love and appreciate. And within I tell you, the first year the event cost about $5,000. And
was that the year where there was the small stage?
Yeah,
that's it. We played on that one. Yeah,
we had a bit of support from the Arts Council. They loved the idea at that time. Free music and stuff. We lost our support. No, we never had support them afterwards. But it went from event costing $5,000 to an event that cost £250,000 the last one.
Jeez, man, that's a hell of a jump, innit?
Yeah.
It's hardly pocket change.
Yeah, so within 5 years, it's grown significantly, and with growth comes a lot of pressure, a lot of, and I put that down to, part of something I do well, but some things I don't do well, because I like to drive things, and my imagination, I get carried away with my imagination quite a bit, but at the same time I put a lot of stress myself, and I put a lot of stress on others. I know I've done that, but in a really lovely way. But I think it's something that what I feel now has become part of Merthyr culture, and that's the bit I'm proud of. It's seeing people that they use that weekend as a way of, it's that one weekend of the year where people catch up and see each other. It's I don't think we've ever had a problem, with Merthyr got such a a reputation, for trouble and this kind of stuff. And let's be honest, there's so much love of that festival year in, year out.
Definitely.
It's it's a credit to the people of Merthyr, I think. And I think
I've never seen any drama there when I've been there.
No,
nothing at all, And most nights out that I go out, I do see something somewhere. Do you know what I mean? To other places, and I've never seen anything there. Everyone's just, like you say, they're all catching up. It's a good atmosphere. No one's there to cause any trouble, stir up any shite, or it's a good buzz.
It's a wicked vibe, and you can sense that. I only, for me, I don't get to enjoy it so much.
I understand what you're saying.
Sometimes I'm looking from outside, inside, because obviously we do all the hard work, and on a weekend you just a bag of nerves, and you just got to let the thing unfold. And fight
I've seen you. I've seen the proof in the pudding. I've seen you wandering around there and all that. And I go to talk to you. It's like, oh, hang on. I'll speak to you in a bit. It's like you're just focused on whatever it is that you go into, and that's fair enough. I can understand though, because I used to run wrestling shows, and it's the same sort of deal, And I loved wrestling. I slept, ate, and breathed it for years, But when you're there and things are going on and things should be in place, but you can see that, hang on, is that in place? I'm not sure it is. It's your responsibility then as well to sort it and make sure it's done, But yeah, I get it.
But we've been lucky to the point as well, is the amount of people have stepped up and helped out, the people are coming and helped out. I think people are bought into the idea of the festival. Some people see the political sort of ideology around the festival, and then others just see it as just a community thing. And that is more, as much there is a political sort of angle of the festival, which is important, because at the end of the day, what it is, the Merthyr story is something that transcends a lot of things. It's been spread around the world, that uprising of the workers. But the important part for me is the civic sort of pride in it, and I think people are just proud of their town.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Merthyr people are proud, aren't they? I think people from Merthyr, we do love our town.
Big time.
We take a piss of ourselves, we rip into ourselves, but we don't like it when others do.
Yeah, that's it. Well, like Jeff Randall a few years ago done a hatchet job on us. Do you remember that one? It was like, I was tamping, absolutely fuming with that, It's like, oh, geez, you've just handpicked, no disrespect to who or what he handpicked, but he's just handpicked what he wanted to portray it in a way that he wanted, which wasn't the real portrayal. He didn't talk about things which were going on at the time, like good things such as like the new retail complex, which was just gone up then. The leisure complex as well, new Rhydycar and everything. He didn't talk about those things and the jobs which had popped up because of those things. He talked about the lack of jobs, the decline since the industry took a dive many moons ago, and just the unemployment and how people from Merthyr saw Cardiff as, and I quote, another planet.
Exactly, and make it out if it's our fault, when we've had our sort of whole purpose of our culture and our community ripped apart, Like we're lucky. I won't say lucky, but being our age in our 40s, we kind of witnessed the end really of industry in Merthyr for what it was, and I was glad I was part of remember the Christmas parties, going to Hoover's Christmas parties and things like that. And everybody knew each other and it was close-knit, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Merthyr was real close-knit. And we still are in a lot of ways. We're probably more close-knit than most other places. But, our communities were, when they shut everything down, took the pits away, and they've taken, now, we've taken the factories away and everything else. There's a massive void in Merthyr, and, that's, we need, what I've thought long and hard about it, is a sense of purpose. It's like our purpose was, to go down a pit, and much, I never went down a pit, and I probably never, but a lot of people.
I done a tour down a pit, but I've never worked on one. I could never imagine it. It looks like hell to me, to be honest.
Oh, definitely. But what it did, as much as bad, it was purpose, and it was a sense of togetherness around, whether it's done a pit or working together in factories. There was that. I think we've lost that, and I think it can come back. I think it can come back, and that's one of the things I see with Merthyr Rising is it's just that little thing where people pull together.
Yeah, community spirit.
Yeah, it was a sad thing I seen a couple of days back, and it's a young lady in Merthyr passed away, and people were sending condolences through social media for it. And I've seen a couple of things with really nice comments about her, and I said, "Oh, they always seen her in Merthyr Rising. There's always good catching up," and it sort of hit me, is like that's what it's that sense of togetherness, and that's the special part of Merthyr Rising.
Yeah,
take
definitely.
Everything else away is that sense of coming together. When it could be once a year, when people catch up and see each other and share good memories, good times,
and a great experience.
Yeah, and I think we need to find more of that.
Definitely, man. Definitely, it's definitely lacking. But there are things we can do to pull it together. If we all work together and focus on it.
Yeah.
So Merthyr Rising, what's happening with you at the moment? I know you're doing another festival now as well, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Yeah, well, Merthyr Rising, it's an emotional roller coaster, right? It's like it's the hardest thing I've ever done. It can be so rewarding once you've done it, but doing it is difficult.
Oh yeah.
What usually happens, I'm mentally exhausted afterwards, and I want to end it, and I want to walk away forever. But then you just sort of come away from it, and time beds in, and
little breathing space.
Yeah,
and then it's like,
you realize how great the thing was, and how important it is to so many people.
Yeah.
And you realize it has to continue. But I've been investigating. I'm trying to find ways to make it more feasible, without making it too big for the sake of it too big. It needs to get bigger to some sense because it makes it more commercially viable.
Yeah.
It is expensive to run. So then you've got to sell tickets. You've got to do all these things so you got to sell tickets. You've got to get bigger names, you know, and then you've got to get more people there to sell more, you know, beer, whatever it is.
That's it. Yeah.
It's a challenge, you know. But
did you think about changing the venue at all or not? I know I spoke to you about it before, and he was like, "No, wait,
no."
Wait.
I look. I think it's so important to be in that place.
Yeah, that represents the history of it as well.
Yeah, it was. You know, that's where the actual sort of uprising. Well, when I say the uprising, the actual sort of where the mob gathered in the square. You know, it was known as the Castle Hotel at the time, and the Castle Inn, and it is if that square was made for it. It's called Pendant Square as well.
Yeah,
of course, which is symbolic, and it was kind of made for that. I feel.
That's a fair shout.
Yeah, and not just that. It makes it such a unique festival. I don't think there's. This is another thing about we talk about the atmosphere there. There's something about there being there. I don't know. It's got a really good vibe. The sound is fantastic there. It feels different being in the Glastonbury experience or the experience being in a field.
Yeah, so it's very much a different vibe to standing in a field. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's got the opportunity to move around the town, I think, perhaps, and get more people involved. And I think that's where I see the future of it. You know, is it being where it is, where it can grow. It is not. It can grow by integrating more with the town. And so on. I've got a few ideas, and I'm happy to share them as well. You know, it's like what we were looking to do for this year, not knowing COVID was going to be about, is to do the festival over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like a lot. No, people can't go to the festival 2 weeks, but
that's one hell of a session.
Yeah, it is. And people do go. Hey, people do 3 days there. It's hard enough.
Yeah.
But no, what we've discovered with the festival is that you got you got the music. And and the arts kind of the festival, which is where most people go for, and then you got the political side and the talks and this kind of stuff. And what we found is that the people who come for the music can't do the political stuff, and people come for the political stuff can't do the music. So, and to be honest with you, it doesn't matter who you are, if it's sunny outside and you've got a great band on and a bar, you want to be having a drink, enjoying yourself.
Totally.
No matter who you are. Do you mean so?
Goes without saying. Exactly.
So the idea is we follow a kind of the story of the Merthyr Rising. The Merthyr Rising, it wasn't an instantaneous thing. There was a build up to the Merthyr Rising, and there was this thing called the Wine Common Fair, which is up in Dowler's Top, where before the Merthyr Rising happened, there was a lot of discussion and talk amongst the workers. And it could be an idea that that this kind of part of the festival takes place before the music. So the week before, we were thinking about, having this week was a bit more about, and I'm not talking about politics, but talking about working class culture.
Yeah.
About what work, it's all about working class, working class culture is about fashion, it's about, football, even when football debate, chats about it, it's sort of part of the fabric of society, music is a big part of it, to talk about that. And it's have a week that we just, it's people get together and talk about life, really, and about things that go on, and ideas, essentially, ideas for change. And then, the week after becomes this big celebration and excellent.
And music. So it's sort of like a build up to that then, and it's just like, right, we've done all this, now let's party,
Yeah, and it's better for people because, if I was a punter, I'd like to do both, I would.
Yeah,
but definitely. The fact I couldn't, and I think it'd be good for the town, especially that week before, we could get the town involved and there could be people participating in various sort of things. We get schools involved. I make it symbolic. One of the things I've always wanted to do is a red flag march.
Yeah.
Where we go back to, we won't be killing a calf or anything like
that. I don't think that'd go down too well with the animal rights activists.
No. But we'd symbolize what happened and get people involved and march a flag to the square. as a kind of an opening to the second, to the music part of the festival.
Nice one.
And I think, I just think, again, it's symbolic, isn't it? And
I was just going to say the exact same word. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and the other thing is, right, it's 190 years this year from the Merthyr Rising, and 10 years, it's the 200th anniversary of Merthyr Rising.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think one of the things in my mind is like, 200 in 10 years time, it's just got the story can continue, and just be integrated into Merthyr life somewhere or other.
You'll be surprised how quick 10 years comes about as well.
Well, 5 years have already gone back. And it's like, here we are now. Like,
exactly. So. Well, I remember I was in the Rhydycar having some lunch one day, and you just leaned over the table to me. It was you and your missus were on another table. You were like, "Oh, doing this festival? You still in the band?" Yeah. I'll give you a shout and all that, and the rest was history, as they say.
I know.
Here we are now. So it's come a long way, man. It's fantastic. Like, it's great. But so you're involved in another festival now. So it's Merthyr's Big Weekend, yeah? That's the 28th and 29th of August.
Yeah, I call it a festival, but I think the purpose of this is purely we've had a shit year.
Yeah, absolute pants. Yeah, no, but it is what it is. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah, and I think it could be an opportunity for people just go to have a party for the weekend.
Yeah, just get together, let their hair down, have a drink, have some good music. Job done.
Yeah. And that's the idea behind it. It's just we're having a year off from Merthyr Rising. So, it's going to be, we're talking about making it really simple, just putting a stage on the square, cording it off, people come in, have a drink, watch the music, make up for what has been a difficult time for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, definitely. No, it sounds good, man. Sounds good. What are you having? Are you having originals, covers, bit of both?
Originals.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. I think we pride ourselves in doing that.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, and we got.
It's a nice opportunity for those originals bands as well to get a nice crowd to play to. Because when I used to be in an original band, I go to various venues. I wouldn't name them. I'm not dissing them, but it is what it is. Wherever you go, and you've got Bob, Bill, and Fred all in attendance, and nobody else. Do you know what I mean? And it's awkward, So it's nice to have a proper crowd to play to.
And we always try to get local bands in there, like that will always be the ethos, like and we'll try and do the same for this as well. I think we're limited in time.
Yeah,
like Merthyr Rising, there's more scope for doing more because we've got more stages. With this, we've got one stage, which is going to be the same kind of spec as a Merthyr Rising stage would be. Same PA, and lighting and kind of stuff.
Nice, man, nice.
And we're gonna probably look for doing a headline at both days. We've got one of the headliners for the one day.
Who? You can't say.
Can't say till next week, right? So,
okay, no worries.
Yeah, because it's got to be announced. There was another headliner as well, which we had to pull out from. There's been a slight span in the works that the council has thrown in. Because lots of festivals were announced, and we announced. We had meetings with the council about, can we go ahead with this? I said, depending on COVID restrictions.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We had some agreements in some meetings that we would advertise the event and then progress with monthly meetups essentially about what's going on. And we were given the green light. We advertised, and we still haven't put tickets out because they threw a spanner in the works saying they wanted to wait for an announcement from Welsh government after the election about test events.
Yeah.
Now, I think we'll be announcing pretty soon. But look, it all comes down to, COVID surprised me. Even like when we came back of the first lockdown, I thought that's it. It wasn't.
And
we
know it? Yeah.
Yeah, we got rhetoric now about Indian variants and this kind of stuff, and it's like.
That's it. There always seems to be something. Just when you think normality's coming back, Lynn, something comes back and bites us in the arse again. Though
exactly. So I think what we're doing is playing it, and as we see it, hopefully within a week we can get everything announced and tickets selling, and then look, just have that weekend in August where we can have, and unwind a bit. Well, I wouldn't probably. No, and in fairness to that,
no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't definitely. No probably about it, fella.
But no, in fairness to that, I think what is the place I'm in now is, like we talk about 5 years. What's happened in 5 years? I've met some amazing people, And a lot of those people are now my colleagues and they're working with me and everything else. And they take a lot of weight off my shoulders, you know, and I'm confident moving forward that we've got a team of people to do things so much better than we've done in the past. And also that we can do it, you know, without stressing too many people out. I think, you know, that comes with the growth and finding the right people, you know, and
the right team, the right crew, like
yeah. So I'm fortunate enough to have so many good people around me, and I think when it comes to doing these events now, there is a lot less pressure on me because
that helps, doesn't it? Definitely, you know, it does help to spread the load a bit. You know, you can't do everything yourself. I
was trying to do finance, marketing. You know, I was even bloody bailing A, like, you know, and stuff like that. But like, you know, in all fairness, the last few years, bit by bit, I've been able to step back a bit, and I you know, I can be in a bit more of a bit more sense of freedom, really. And
good man. And it's just to try and enjoy it a bit more yourself then as well, you know.
Yeah.
But if you do need anyone to introduce the acts or do any voiceovers, just putting myself out there.
You
don't have to tell me no, you know. I'll just put that out there for you.
You're always welcome back, you know.
Nah, brilliant fella. No, that's a date then. Happy days. That's my weekend sorted.
Yeah.
Happy days. Cool. So yeah, as mentioned earlier on, Hardies, you're back open now. You're allowed people indoors again.
Yeah, we opened up on Monday. It was great, really. I think it's great for the staff more than anything. They've been itching to start, you know, shaking some cocktails and get people to the door. The staff have been fantastic, you know, and in terms of keeping positive and looking to share some ideas how we can do things better as when we open back up. Going back to team again, I got another fantastic team. I'm fortunate to have some good people there, and like I always say, you're only good as what team you got on, and I think Hardies is a credit to that because it was a risky idea. And everybody told me, open a cocktail bar, Merthyr, you know, this kind of thing. We sell things a little bit more expensive, other places, but you know, they are products which cost us, you know, a bit more money. But no, the ethos on it, Merthyr deserves something a bit better, and I think it does, and it goes back to everything. Merthyr is, you know, it's got people who want things for the better of Merthyr, and I think, you know, what we've done is just raise the bar, I think, slightly on what I'd like to see things done in Merthyr. You know, customer service is important to us, you know, and making sure people have a safe and enjoyable time and some good drinks, really. And I think, you know, it's frustrating that we had to shut down, you know, in so early from starting it, but at the same time, it's been
what crap timing, man, isn't it?
It was as well. The week we shut down as well, we were, I honestly, God, we were flying. We couldn't fit anybody else through the door on a Saturday night. And there was like, you know, we would just fly in. I think the penny dropped, people that want us about, and we kind of, we were busy from like 12 in the afternoon to the end of play at night. And I thought, right, okay, you know, we're there, and then all of a sudden,
bang, have that, yeah.
And then we're dealing with things so differently now. So, like,
how's that going with people with their masks and things like that? Do they need to be told a lot, or is it going okay?
It is hard. It's stress for the staff. You know, like, of course, it's commercially, it's difficult, but I think we find, you know, we're doing good enough. For us, it's about survival, and we're getting through it pretty. I wouldn't say easily, but we're doing well enough. But it's the difficult part is the staff and the crap they've got to put up with, because
that's it. They don't want to be telling people to sit down or to stop singing or to put your mask back on. This, you know, but if they don't, it's bye establishment.
And I understand the other side of it. I mean, I'm no angel, I'll be honest with you, right? When I go out and have a few beers with the boys, I enjoy myself, get me out, have a crack.
Don't I know it?
Right? And
I can't say anything.
No, exactly. So, you know, when you go out and have a few beers, you don't want, you know, you want to go out and relax, you don't want to be talking to, and it feels like we're being the fun police, like, you know, stop dancing, stop having a laugh. Like, that's not a nice job to do. And
it's not a nice job to do, but it's got to be done, unfortunately. And it's, you know, it's not your decision to do it.
Yeah,
It's just you're doing what legislation is telling you to.
Yeah, we just got to go. We're going with it. And look, in the day, it's for everyone's safety, of course. And you know, we've got to be respectful of what's been put in front of us, respectful for people and what their concerns are. And you know, things will come back to normal. They got to. So we just got to grin and bear it and get and get to the other side. We will. I think everybody will.
We will, man. We will.
And I hope other businesses are the same. I think it's hard. It's hard for people.
Yeah, just roll with it and then just do what we got to do, and everything is going to be all right in the end, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course it is.
Optimism. So yeah, you sponsored today's podcast. Thank you very much. Today's podcast is sponsored by Hardies. So if you fancy a cocktail or a tapas now as well, I understand there's a 4 cocktails and 2 tapas deal for £24.99. Get yourselves down to Hardies, Merthyr Tydfil, ladies and gentlemen. It's the way forward. And you know what? Lynn has also agreed we can run a little competition today where you can win that deal. You can win those 4 cocktails and 2 tapas meals or tapas bites, whatever you want to call them, from Hardies. All you need to do is subscribe, like, comment on the YouTube video and share on your social media, and we will select somebody next week to enjoy those savory bites and delicious cocktails at Hardies, Merthyr Tydfil. Lush. What could be better than that? Even people from Aberdeen could come over. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be from Merthyr, anywhere at all. Other towns are also available. Yeah, but fantastic. I'm glad you're open again. I'm glad things are taking off again. Tell me about the tapas then. So this is a new thing as well for you, is it?
Yeah, like I said, we've got the kitchen open. It was a plan of the business to get rid of the bar first and then get the kitchen open as a second stage. And we got it open just before the second lockdown. So bad timing,
Yeah.
But yeah, when we did open it was a couple of weeks before the lockdown. It was done really well for instantaneously. We done like sort of chicken wings and we done like wing deals, and it had a good pickup. I think the first Wednesday night we had a night called Wing It Wednesday, chicken wings and beers and stuff. It was packed out, and just hope it continues now.
That sounds awesome. Chicken wings and beers. What else do you want? That's all that life matters about. Chicken wings and beers. That is
simple,
life.
Simple but lush, isn't it?
Simple but effective, and effectively lush. Definitely, man.
Yeah, and they are good wings. I'm not just saying it. Buffalo
Brilliant
wings
stuff. Awesome.
So they're good.
Can I book a table, please?
Of course you can.
Can I book a table for Friday the 4th, if possible? If there are spaces available, if there aren't, can you make me one?
Of course I can, but
excellent. I'll be in touch.
I'll have to check it diary.
Well, of course.
We'll
no. If there's space, Amy and I would like to come down. I like a bit of tapas.
Yeah.
I love tapas. She loves cocktails. It's brilliant. It's a match made in heaven, So we'll come down. If we can't make it on the 4th, we'll do it another time. Definitely, though. But well up for it.
Later on, we'll have a chat and see what's available.
Definitely sounds like a plan, man. Brilliant. Well, fantastic. So lots is happening in Merthyr at the moment. We've talked about the festivals. We've talked about businesses and enterprises. I've talked about Hardies. Talked about burgers. Plug that one again. What's that called again?
Waltz Burgers. Yeah.
Waltz Burgers. Lash, I busted for one of them as well. Yeah. So do keep me posted on that as well. I'm coming along to the opening of that. Definitely. Love a burger. Oof. Rhydycar West, you're also involved in this project. Let's talk a little about that. So, as we mentioned earlier, Merthyr gets a lot of bad press, unnecessarily so, I'd say, a lot of it. There is bad in Merthyr, yes, but if you go 5 miles up the road to the next town or 10 miles up the road to the next town, you get the same there anyway. It's just for some reason, Merthyr is always put under the microscope. But there's a lot of good coming out of it as well. So you are appointed as a PR consultant on Rhydycar West. Yeah. So I've had a little look at things earlier on, at the proposals and everything. So what I've got here is the vision is that they're trying to make a must-visit destination for adventure, family leisure, and training ground for world-class athletes by way of an indoor water park, UK's longest indoor snow sports complex, glamping pods. I freaking love glamping, and what a great place to have glamping pods as well, because you've got all the industrial history around there as well.
Exactly.
The woodland, awesome views is fantastic, and it's neighboured then to Bike Park Wales as well, which is another thriving business in Merthyr Tydfil. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Rhydycar West. Just spill over to you. Here's the mic.
Right. So I was introduced to Rhydycar West going back about 2 years ago by a guy called Perry Johnson and a lady from Canada. Perry's a Merthyr boy.
I know Perry.
Yeah, who had some background with the land. He's been looking after some of the land, and I met them in the Red House because I was located in the Red House, and they told me these plans. They took me through his plans, and I was, to be honest with you, I was in awe really, because I've always, been involved in, events and in sort of entrepreneurial stuff in the town, and being a proud Merthyr boy, I understand that it's tough being from Merthyr, the challenges, but we need vision, and we need significant things to transform our destinies, really. Going back to the stuff we talked about earlier about purpose, and I think it doesn't matter who you are, like yourself, we've always been appreciative of our surroundings. Sometimes not enough, right? Yeah. But we've always, it's a mad thing. We always known we are a kind of a sleeping giant, really, for what we got. Why the rest of the UK doesn't come here to appreciate this, amazing landscapes.
That's it. We need to sing about it a bit more, don't we? We need to shout out about it a bit more.
Yeah, and I've always looked at it and thought that, we've got so much potential here. And when I seen this proposal, I was amazed by it. And I just touched bases with them, and they said to me, because you're involved in Merthyr Rising, they just touch bases and keep in a loop of what's going on, really. And about a year went by, and I had a guy from Rhydycar West itself, who's running the operations. Yeah, give me a call and said, we'd like to get you part of our team. Seen the kind of work I do in Merthyr as part of, well, obviously Merthyr Rising, these kind of things, but because I do a lot of marketing, digital marketing, I think I've got a kind of understanding of things in Merthyr. I do get surprised by Merthyr sometimes. I don't understand things as much as, sometimes Merthyr surprises you. You try to think Merthyr, being living and breathing here, but they do surprise you. And I just loved I sort of had to take the opportunity with both hands.
Definitely, man. It's madness not to.
Purely because it's such a big sort of project that I feel will transform the lives of Merthyr, people in Merthyr. I'll be honest, it could be a legacy there, which, my kids could benefit from something like this. To say to my kids one day, bloody hell, do you know what? I was involved with something as this, which they could end up skiing.
That's it. I was involved in the seeds of this.
Yeah, was an opportunity I could miss out on, and another thing, I just love the challenge of it. To actually get something like this to Merthyr and be involved again in here was something I had to do. So they got me involved, and I, to be honest with you, I've loved every minute of it. There's, I've been involved in planning into, quite a fair bit with like Merthyr Rising and setting up businesses and doing a lot of branding work and this kind of stuff. But it's a kind of different thing to me. But I've learned quite a lot about kind of planning things to this level and scope. And the more and more I'm working on it, and the closer we get into putting in planning, the more I'm believing in it. And
awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of something where you're always going to be a little bit pessimistic, because look, there is this thing in Merthyr, we are kind of pessimistic in Merthyr. Some things seem too good to be true. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and to be honest, we've viewed it all before, the race track thing going up in.
That's it. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. So what was this, Circuit to Wales? Was that it? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Who would have believed they put a race car track at the top of the mountain in the fog? Like, I he didn't believe that. Right? But it was like, we got sold something and it didn't materialize. And this is not the first time we've had these things. Merthyr, the valleys. We've been, how can we put it, victims of being taken a piss off. I think, And we've seen things like, you know, we can go really deep into this with things like
go as deep as you like, my friend. Go as
well,
deep as you like.
no, look, the injustice to people in Merthyr, you know, you look at things like Aberfan, and you know, you can go on and on. We've had a bad deal of a lot of things, and things, you know, people have been responsible for taking resources away from our area, and we've been left with, you know, nothing. And I think sometimes you look at things and think it's too good to be true. And I mean, but I got to be honest, when I you know, I kind of had a checklist in my head when I took this on. It's like, you know, what have I got to be careful of here now, taking this on? My credibility is one thing.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people in Merthyr. I'm involved with things in Merthyr. If I were to get involved with something which is another pie in the sky thing, then I could look like a right idiot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which I was very much aware of that. You know, is this something, again, this is going to be, you know, a pipe dream, which is going to be take up a lot of local resources, money, and then somebody's going to run away with the car. That kind of stuff, you know. We've got a history of it happening on.
Yeah. You've always got to have those things in the back of your mind, like.
Yeah, but I was what I was instantly drawn into is the passion of the people who were running it. And when the guys I work with, a guy called Richard, he's honestly, you know, one of the things he said to me in the beginning is like he talked a lot about Merthyr, and he sold what he's seen. You know, he came to Merthyr and he was just so, wow, you know, he was so surprised by the area. And he said, you know, he goes skiing every year on a family holiday, and he drove to Merthyr for the first time, and he got off by Castle Coch, and he seen his castle, and he said it was like an alpine trek up to the Alps, up to Merthyr, up the A470, and he said, look at this, he said it's just made for it, and he said, and that's where the dream came from, and kind of vision for it, and when we look at it that way, it is, you know, it is so much.
It's all there. Yeah, it's all there. Like, you have the key word there. You just said opportunity. There's so much opportunity there to build on, to plant some seeds and let them grow. Well, you know. Yeah,
and to be honest, so, and I think this is a key thing for me with that opportunity. This is an opportunity that can't be missed. If, you know, I think we need to rally around this. You know, I know people are skeptical. I know people are, you know, obviously going to be very pessimistic from things that happened in the past, but genuinely, if people get behind this, they can make it, you know, the local town, the council, people on a political level, if people get behind it, this can be a reality. And I know this because I'm involved with it, you know. So
people were skeptical as well. Sorry to interrupt you. People were skeptical as well of Bike Park Wales. And the proof now is very much in that pudding. Do you know what I mean? And look how busy they are. They have people from literally all over the world come and visit on a daily basis, you know? So this could be the same, and they could tie in nicely with one another, and they would.
And I've seen the benefits in Hardies. You know, we have boys who come to visit Merthyr. They love Merthyr. You know, people come here. When they come here, they love it here. It's like one of the best things of Merthyr is our sort of, you know, we are a friendly bunch. You know, we much got our reputation. You know, we are very hospitable, naturally hospitable people.
Funny you should say that. I had the Homegrown on recently, and they spoke massive.
I listened to that one as well. I listened to that one as well.
They spoke about you. They mentioned you as well. Yeah. I can't remember what we said though. I think it was a bit of a joke there about you stressing out over something. When
probably.
The free beer or something. I think it was. But no, they speak massively, so highly about Merthyr as well, and other bands as well from outside of Merthyr who we meet, you know, through Merthyr Rising or at the Crown or whatever. It's great, you know. But people do. Sorry, I interrupted you again, there, bro.
No, but that's what you say is what I picked up and said. We've had people come to Hardies from the bike track. They come in, they have a great time. They enjoy the company. They enjoy the girls. And the girls get a lot of free beers and drinks. But no, they come here. They're in holiday mode. They enjoy themselves, and they do have a bit of fun. No, they have a bit of fun, and they come away with a really good impression of town. You know, when you go good places like the Crown as well, they go places like that, and they come away with a sense of Merthyr's got it. No, it's a great place. And when you got the surrounding area and stuff, you know, it's fantastic. And there's no reason why Merthyr can't be a massive tourist hub, you know, with what we got. But
it makes perfect sense to me, you know. We're on the tip of the Brecon Beacons as well. Yeah. We're right there, you know. I think Penavon is probably about 10 minutes drive, depending on speed limits and you know.
Exactly, But no, you know, another thing about Rhydycar West is its location is perfect, right? It's literally, you turn off the A470 and you 1 minute, you'll be at the site.
That's it.
You, from the top of the slope, right? And I've seen the plans and they'll be shared very soon. It's fantastic. They've got they call it the sky bar. There's a big, huge bar at the top of the ski slope, and you can look over views of Penavan.
Wicked.
I mean, it's stunning. It's like made for it.
Where is that bit then? I used to live up there. I used to live in Innisfach. I used to walk the dogs up there, go through there. And I went with Perry one day. We both had 4x4s, so he let me have a little drive through the lanes up there with him. So I know roughly. So from Aberdare Tunnel sort of thing, where are we looking?
No, so essentially, if you come off another Rhydycar roundabout on A470, it's kind of blocked off now, isn't it?
That gate there, is it?
You take that gate there, literally.
Yeah, that's where I met Perry that day, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1 minute drive and you'll be in the car park. Now, it's very cleverly planned. You're not going to see the site from the A470. It's going to be, you're still going to keep those views, and it's, the area kind of made for it. In terms of like, there's going to be naturally, you'd be an idiot not to be skeptical, right? You should be skeptical of things, but Hilgerig and people in Hilgerig, which you're an Hilgerig boy. And I heard you talking on the Jonathan one before.
Yeah, me and Johnny Owen, yeah.
Go to like Come Glow and all that kind of stuff.
That's right, yeah. That's just up there, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, you go there, you wouldn't even see it, right? It's kind of, you couldn't see it from, it's further down towards, to the Rhydycar area. But the land is obviously linked up with that. But it's just, for me, strategically in the perfect place, because you've got 1 minute off the A470, you've got the fantastic views, you can get to the train station in less than, you could walk from the train station.
Yeah.
You could walk from the new bus station, right, to the site. You could even walk from the town centre to the site. And then, like you said, the road, the transport links, you carry straight on, you go to North Wales, right, which, and Brecon Beacons, within Brecon Beacons, I've worked it out, it's actually, the national park is a mile away from the site.
Yeah.
So
the entrance,
nothing, yeah.
Sort of like you enter the national park a mile from the site, yeah?
Exactly. You've got the edge of the valley, which has been, redone in that area now. You can go, once you got up there, you can take a left down to West Wales, or take a right to the Midlands, or go back on the road down south, and you get to Cardiff and on the M4.
Exactly.
It's kind of Merthyr at the moment. It's in a really ideal situation for this kind of stuff. And I think, strategically, the site is perfect. The idea of the site is perfect as well. And I think to understand, people need to understand the scale of what it is. And when people say a ski slope, they get confused with what happened in Penterbach.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
20 years before. We all remember that.
That's it. I think it was probably the wrong time then as well for that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is essentially a snow centre. It's 400 meter long. It's
snowboarding and that as well.
Snowboarding, it's real snow.
Yeah.
And if people wanted to find out to give an idea of the comparison to other UK slopes or to some in Europe, we've got a video on our website. Check it out. And essentially, it's a 400 meter long slope, and you can't even see the bottom. You're at the top.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. And
what's the web link for that, Lynn?
It's rhydycarwest.com. So
rhydycarwest.com.
RHYDYCAR West.com.
Gotcha. Fantastic.
There's a lot of stuff on it to see videos of. You can even take a tour of the land and see what's going on.
Yeah, I did that before we come on today. I did that. Yeah, so I've obviously I knew about the plans and everything, but I hadn't seen like the virtual tour and everything. Yeah. So I was glued to it. Honestly, it sounds fantastic. So, not just as an attraction to Merthyr, but also for jobs and everything like that. So that's going to be, I don't know, I can't put a number on it. Maybe you could. There's going to be a lot of jobs coming up out of that as well.
There's been some sort of viability studies done on the project, and by some really professional companies have looked at stuff, and I think there was initial viability done, and they underestimated how the economic impact this could have. It could be huge, right? Now, I think you're looking at a minimum of, well, I can't. I'm not saying this is spot on, but you're looking at hundreds of jobs, right? To start off with, you know what I mean?
Hundreds,
yeah. To start off with, I mean, direct jobs.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing. But then the biggest thing is the impact it's going to have on the ongoing economy. So, you know, this is inward investment, right? And another thing to mention is this is all privately funded. It's not coming out of public coffers. This is a privately funded thing. And that was another green light for me. We're looking at this. And the amount of inward investment from tourism is going to be huge. So you can imagine, you know, the bed and breakfast, the hotels, you know, the bars, you know, the spin-off jobs are going to be, you know, in Hardies alone. I mean, it'll add people onto my employment
definitely
list.
Everywhere, supermarkets, shops, you know, everything, you know. It's
going to be a massive spin-off. And then you've got also the entrepreneurial opportunities. When you've got people coming in, spending money, you know, when people go on holidays, they don't come in, you know, when you go on holidays, you go in, you're in spending more than you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I bloody am anyway, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you are now, because at the end of the day, it's a little treat, and you go away, and you don't mind spending a little bit extra, and people will come here, and they'll spend, and it's the amount of opportunities are going to be had for businesses to set up and to, you know, there's been, I've even started to think of ideas.
I bet you have, I bet. Why am I not surprised there?
It's like, you know, there's but things, ways we could sell our town to the world, you know, they could take a piece of Merthyr away with them.
Definitely.
And, you know, there's so many things where I think we should be excited about. Yeah, and another important thing is it's an all year round complex.
Not seasonal then, none of this seasonal nonsense. It's like,
it's indoors. It's indoors. So you can go skiing in the summer, and you can go in a tropical water park at Christmas Day. Right?
Best of both worlds, you know.
Yeah. So it's all year round. You got, and that's the thing about this area. The weather's always a dampener, isn't it?
That's it.
Literally.
Absolutely, literally.
Like it's been the last few days. You can go there, and you can, whatever happens, you can have a great day, and you can have a great time. If you're going skiing, you can go skiing. If you go in, you're going to go to a water park one day, go skiing. If the weather's great, you can go to Penavan, or you can go to Bike Park Wales, or you got Zip World now over the road.
That's right. Yeah.
And then when
Cyfarthfa,
Cyfarthfa Castle, I'm investing in that. You can go and visit Cyfarthfa Castle, and you can do things. The opportunity is endless. And there's kind of a little triangle of things going on in the area. And I think if we get, if this comes here, it has to come here. I'm saying it. People don't just get behind it, because it's this is an opportunity that cannot be missed.
It sounds fantastic. It sounds fantastic. You said earlier on, it almost sounds too good to be true. I hope that isn't the case.
Look, I'm putting my neck on the line here. I was going to say something else then.
You can say what you like, man, as far as I'm concerned.
I was going to say I was going to put something on the block then, but
right, okay.
It's just an opportunity we can't miss. It's, look, what's it to lose? There's nothing. We haven't got to invest or anything else. Look, what is to be lost is a piece of land, right? And that land has got a lot of sentiment for a lot of people, and it's an important bit of land as well. It has a lot of heritage, and it has historic relevance, and that is one of the other things that I asked first off. And I went up on the site. I was amazed being taken on here. Perry took me in a 4-wheel drive, took me around the site, and I thought, look, it was a fantastic piece of history up there, but it was something that's been lost to the wild, and with this coming here, it's going to open it back up. It's going to give people opportunity to come and see it. None of there's lots of ancient monuments on there. None of them are going to be. They're going to be left intact.
Yeah, they're not going to be tampered with at all. No,
not going to be tampered with. In fact, they're going to be
opened up as a feature.
Exactly. And you could be, staying in a log cabin, and then there's an old sort of real, pit house, across from you. It's brilliant. If anything, it's going to be more educational and more, it's going to give, it's going to tell that Merthyr story a lot better.
Yeah,
I think.
Definitely, man. It sounds awesome. I really, 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 really hope it comes off as well, man. Yeah. I really do. Where are you at the moment with it?
So we are putting planning in this summer, so we're not far away. I've been working on them for 2 years now, so I've been seeing the progress. And one of the things that that's kind of COVID has slowed it down. That plan
Slowed everything down, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's been our friend as well sometimes because it's allowed us to, like the fact we sit in your house and my office now, is that we're doing these things through Zoom and everything, and we've actually, there's been a lot of engagement, on a international basis with people that can come on board, and one of those, there's something which I can't reveal, but I
Oh, go on, reveal it.
Oh, I can't reveal, but no, there's a major European operator who's in line to take us on.
Yeah.
No, it's not a Mickey Mouse firm. People are going to come in and run this as a fantastic thing. And people internationally as well have looked at this and seen this. And another thing where they see is the surroundings, and they amazed by it. It's like,
oh yeah,
to have this, this kind of feature in this environment, it's like it ticks so many boxes. And
it's perfect.
Yeah. So it's I've seen plans, and there's like another revision, and the revision, this is another exciting part, is because there's so many ideas that are coming from people have seen it now. People have seen this, and we're getting approached all the time by potential investors, and this kind of stuff of people saying, wouldn't it be fantastic to do this there? Wouldn't it be fantastic? And people see an opportunity in this amazing idea, and it's kind of throw a little spanner in the works really, which has delayed things slightly. But I think this summer a consultation will begin, and I'll be working on that consultation, and the plans will be publicly shown through various ways. We're even going to show them digitally and give up. Even because of COVID, it's changed the way we do things. Whereas we'd have events and people to come in and see the plans and stuff. We're going to do things where we're going to utilize Zoom and this kind of stuff to ask questions, and this kind of and we'll do it as accessible as we can, for everybody. And what is there's going to be objections. There
always would be, whatever it was, whatever you're doing,
And again, this is rightly so. There has to be a sense of reality around change. There's going to be disruption. There's going to be things. We've got to think of things like, because this week we talked the NHS. You can imagine people breaking their legs. And when everything has to be thought through. And I think what we're seeing is that things are turning into opportunities. And finding and it's just a case of trying to get other people to see that. Another encouraging thing is 96% of our survey comes in is behind it. It's like, and just people are desperate for it, and that's very encouraging.
That's super encouraging. That's what you want, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I'm right behind it, man. It sounds fantastic, and I really, really, really hope it comes off. Good luck with it all. If there's anything I can do, give me a shout.
I think I'd say to yourself, but to anybody, is get onto the website, rhydycarwest.com, have a sort of take the survey, but share it with your friends, share it with family, talk about it, get a level of dialogue around it. And if they've got concerns, ask questions. There should be concerns. We're not, we've got a lot of FAQs videos on our website.
Yeah.
So there's concerns around various aspects, like the history we talk about. Even things like people, there's a thing about coal coming to the ground. That's not happening. We've got Chris Parry.
Yeah.
I thought you should have him on your show, but he's brilliant.
Yeah, I know Chris. He did come on with the Dole Age the other week. Yeah, but we had some disruption, so we're going to have to do that one again. But I'll have him on in another capacity on his own, though, if he's up for it. Yeah, definitely.
Chris done a video for us going through the history of the site.
Brilliant.
He's fantastic. I got to give it to the boy. He's not only he knows history, he's very good at sort of educating people and putting across.
Yeah. No, he's good as gold. He's a good lad. He's very switched on.
Yeah, he is. And in all fairness to him, he done a really good thorough video about little things that go on site and history, and educating people about it. Because there is nothing to hide. It's all about a fantastic idea, getting people on board with it. And I'm hoping in 5 years, I could see my kids coming down our slope.
Awesome stuff. Yeah.
And just people benefiting from this fantastic.
Yeah. Or me in a crumpled heap at the bottom, begging for mercy.
I'll be going down on a sleigh, but there's no chance.
Can I have a backy or what?
I can ski, but I'm carrying a bit of timber now. I wouldn't want to come down.
Yeah, I've never tried skiing. I've always fancied it. I've surfed, I've skated, so I think I'd probably be better on a snowboard myself. But yeah, good stuff.
Snowboarding's hard. Skiing's a one, but it's easier. It is.
Yeah,
snowboarding's hard. Yeah.
Well, let's get things moving, get things up and running, and I'll get involved. Definitely, I'll try anything. Me,
definitely.
Top man. Well, Lynn, it's been a pleasure having you on and chatting with you. I feel we could have chatted all night, but I am busting for a pee, so I am going to call it a day there, right? Thank you to Hardies, sponsor of this podcast today. Remember, peeps, if you'd like to win a cocktail tapas package to the value of £24.99 from Hardies, all you've got to do is comment, like, subscribe, share to your social media, and we'll select the winner at random next week. Get yourselves down to Hardies in Merthyr Tydfil. Cocktails, tapas, delish. Lush.
Oh, man, we'll have to get you on doing some marketing for us, but
let's do it, man. Let's hook up. Let's make it happen. We can get them in from all over the place. We'll get them in from here, there, everywhere. Even the people from Aberdeen will be coming over. Lynn, it's been a pleasure, sir. Good luck with everything.
Top man.
I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, bro. Speak to you soon. Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra, ta-ra.
Woohoo!